Guys, before we get to this new video, make sure you like, leave us a comment, and hit that subscribe button. Help us grow. We really appreciate you taking the time to watch our video. This is a two-part video because we have so much stuff that really didn't want to stretch out a bunch of stuff in one video. We just want to do it in two parts. So let's get started. Let's have some fun. I actually found, really just kind of randomly found it, was the Friday the 13th. Now, I'm not a big horror gaming guy at all, but Friday the 13th is, nostalgia stuff from the 80s. I might try and play this. Like I said, I'm not a big horror fan at all, but I might play it for a minute and just see if I can even get 5-10 minutes into the game, because again, that stuff scares me. The first game I remember playing that was horror genre stuff was when the first Resident Evil actually came out. I played it with a friend, in high school, and it was not for me. It was like watching a scary movie, and I don't like scary movies either. So I'm really iffy on the horror movies because I'm not a big fan of them. Nothing against anybody that likes to play the horror games, because I know that genre of games is really big, but that's just something that I thought would be fun to at least give it a try and see if I can handle playing it. Another one we came across, which is one that I got from our friends over at the Retribution Games. All three of these we picked up. The Mario Tennis, the Ultra Smash for the Wii U. Me and my wife like to play the tennis games and the golf games and stuff like that. So this would be one that me and her will take the time to play. The Mario Tennis, a lot of fun if you've ever played Mario Tennis. We actually have it as well on the regular Wii. So to get it on the Wii is pretty cool. Came across, now I did not get this at Retribution Games, but came across Country Dance 2, which is sealed. So that was a big thing for me. It's sealed. It's just like if you've played the Just Dance games, except it's country, and this is the second one. And this will be a lot of fun. We actually played the first one. We like playing the dance games at times, but I don't know if I want to open a sealed game. Maybe. I mean, it's not like it's going to be a big value game anyways, but still, it could be a lot of fun. We enjoy those dance games. This is one that I was really intrigued about. It's for the Wii as well, and it is the London Taxi Rush Hour. If you've ever played anything similar to this, it's just like Crazy Taxi. I'm pretty sure it's the same idea. It looks like it's the same idea, except it's London based. So this would be one that I'm really looking forward to playing. I remember exactly what it is. The Super Mario World Super Nintendo. This is not the game, guys, because it is very big. But I'm guessing it's some kind of a case. If you know exactly what this is, let me know in the comments. I picked this up at a friend of ours that they have a retro shop. And they had this. This was really cool. Got it for a couple of bucks. But I think you can put games in this and carry them around. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments exactly what this was for. I don't recall ever seeing the Super Mario World, that gigantic case. But it was really cool, nostalgia. It's going to go on my shelf. I really like the stuffed animals and action figures, stuff like that. Came across from the Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Simon. This is Simon from the Alvin and the Chipmunks. And I believe this was from like it was on here. Hold on one second. It was 1987, and I got this, like I said, in the month of December, but it's Simon. Really cool. He's in really good shape. If I can find Alvin and Theodore, if you remember the Chipmunks, this is Simon from Alvin and the Chipmunks. This is a cool little find. My son grew up in the 80s when WWF was huge, and it came across this pretty cool guy. Look at this. It's the Hulkster. He's a little banged up. I think it's WCW Hulk Hogan. Yeah, 1994. Hulk Hogan, when Hogan went to WCW from WWF at the time. That was a big thing when wrestling back then in the early 90s. I've got the Luigi here on the cloud. This is from, I think, 1989. Yeah, 1989. These are really cool. I mean, I really like, if you can see that. See the artwork on it and stuff. It's really cool. And you could tell this is from the 80s just because of the interesting artwork and how they're made then compared to now, but he even kind of has that, like, looking over here like that. But that's really cool. I think I do have this, but it's always fun to come across the Mario, anything Nintendo toys from the 80s. So this is an 89 Luigi. One that I really thought was cool. It is a puppet that I picked up at Retropalooza, and it's an Alf Puppet, one of my favorite shows all time growing up as a kid. This would come on where I grew up around on Wednesday nights. I believe it was like Wednesday nights or Tuesday nights, something like that. But Alf was a huge part of my childhood growing up. And to come across this fun puppet of Alf is really cool because it's going to look really nice next to my Alf stuffed animal that I bought like a year ago. So this is really fun. My 2-year-old son thinks it's pretty cool. And this is fun. I like this. I like a little Hawaiian shirt. But again, Alf Puppet, really fun pickup. Anything Alf. I'm a sucker for anything from Alf. And it's a little banged up, but it's the Game Genie book here. I mean, it's got some damage, yes, but the pages are, of course, I'm guessing it had a little bit of water damage, but still, it's in really good. It's really good. It's in decent shape. Paid a few bucks for it, and I mean, you couldn't pass up. I do have the Game Genie, so figured why not pick up the Game Genie book when I seen this out and about in the wild, if you want to call it the wild. Depends on what you call the wild. Big in the 80s. It's a little big now, I guess, or it's coming back pretty quick. But this BMX action bike book, if you've seen the movie Rad, then you know what I'm talking about when it comes to the BMX stuff. BMX racing was huge in the day. I mean, when I was a kid, almost everybody I knew wanted to be a BMX racer, especially in the movie Rad, doing all the tricks and everything. I mean, a lot of fun stuff. Look, you can see like off the half pipe right there. BMX biking was really cool. Seeing this, I paid $1 for it, and I think it was like an estate sale or something. But still, when I seen this, like, oh, that brings back memories, because I did a lot of the BMX stuff. I wasn't great at it. Wasn't nowhere near even good, but it was a lot of fun to see that stuff. Nintendo Power, and I picked these up for about $5 a pop. Really, really good shape. This one has the clay fighters on it, as you can see. It has someone's name on the bottom, so I really don't want to show that too much, but I still have it in the package, and on the back, of course, you've got Star Fox on the back. Pretty cool graphics right there. But when I seen that they had these, they were $5 a piece. I've seen the Nintendo Power books go for a lot more than that, and in just any retro type store or resale store or what have you, or even at conventions, I've seen some of the books go for $10, $15 or so up, just depending. So that was a really cool find because I had the Clay Fighters, and the Clay Fighters was an interesting fighting game that I guess you could say it still holds its own. I came across this, another one, like I said, from the 80s, Thundercats. This is so cool. This is a Thundercats Magazine that came out in 1987, and I paid $2 for it. I mean, look at that. Isn't that pretty cool? There's a really cool artwork on the front, and then on the back, like I said, wrestling. On the back, WWF wrestlers, really cool stuff. So one that I had to get, that I came across in 2 different locations, and it was pretty cool to come across. I have the Atari 2600. If you know what I'm talking about, the Star Wars Jedi Arena. I've never played Star Wars Jedi Arena. If you've ever played Star Wars Jedi Arena, let me know if that's pretty good or not. I haven't got the opportunity to play it yet, but I have played the Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. That is a great game for the 2600. Yes, the graphics aren't great, but it's a 2600, you know. I mean, it was in a time when this stuff was new and people enjoyed it, and I still enjoy it. I never had a Atari 2600. So to get that, the Jedi Arena, if you've played this, let me know. Now, on that, also got Star Wars Return of the Jedi, Death Star Battle, if you can see that. Yeah, that's what I paid for it. But it was a good deal for me. It worked for me. Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Now, growing up, this was my, well, there you go. Growing up, this was my favorite movie. I remember seeing Return of the Jedi in the theaters. I was maybe 5, I think. Whenever the movie came out, I can't remember exactly the date, but I remember being in the theater and I was watching it off and on, bouncing around in the aisles. But Return of the Jedi, I've seen this, and I've never played this either. So I think I've got every Star Wars game for the 2600. I could be wrong. Let me know. I've got the Return of the Jedi one, the Death Star Battle, I've got the Jedi Arena, and I've got Empire Strikes Back. If I'm missing one for the 2600, let me know in the comments, because I'm going to try and find it. And another one I picked up, moving on to the Sega Genesis. Sega Genesis was an interesting console, I think. I do enjoy their boxes, because these things pretty solid, thick, fat, boxes. But I got the Mutant League Football. I've got Mutant League Football for the Nintendo Switch. A lot of fun. Me and my older son play it. And I even let him know. I said, if I ever get a hold of Mutant League Football for the Genesis, you're going to have to sit down and play it. Because this is a great, great game. I mean, I can understand why the value on it's pretty high. I've got the manual and everything, so it's complete. Got a good deal on this as well when I picked it up. But I remember playing this many, many times. Still holds up to me as a great game. Sports-related game, I don't know if you'd say that. It is football, and it's totally different from any sports game, but A lot of fun. If you've never played it on the Switch or the Genesis, recommend both. For me, I got both, and I really enjoyed them. Likely be for trade. I got the Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. I mean, it does have a little damage, as you can see on the label, but still, plays good, plays great. This is a fun game. I've played, of course, the Genesis version, and I've played the arcade version. If you've never played the arcade version of Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, if you can ever find it in any local arcade or somewhere, there's a lot of arcades in the area where we're at. I haven't seen Michael Jackson's Moonwalker on the arcade and any of the arcades around here. But man, if I ever do see the arcade of Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, you bet I'll be playing that. Because this is such a good game. I really love it when you get your power up. And of course, his power up move is he dances. And the enemies dance with him and they blow up. And anyways, a lot of fun. That's a great pickup. That's going to be trade because I've already got it. But it got such a good deal on it that I couldn't pass up. Classic movie. The Addams Family. Well, wouldn't say classic. It's not bad, but I do remember the song when MC Hammer did the Addams Family song. So I did pick this one up. I think I've got this. I could be wrong, but I've never played the Addams Family game for the Genesis. Let me know if this is good. I'm going to get an opportunity if I can to play it as soon as possible because I've got a lot of these games that I'm going to play. So Addams Family, pretty cool game, I guess. I haven't played it, so we'll see. Now, to wrap up this video, like I said, two-part video, got more stuff to show. I've got another incredible item I'm going to show in the second part video that blew my mind when I seen it. I wasn't even looking. I'll explain that story later in the next video. But this is the package I got in the mail, and it's an item that I'm thinking I'm probably going to trade off, more than likely use it, for trade, because it's a horror game, and I'm not big into the horror games, but it was a great deal for it. It's Silent Hill 4, The Room. I've never played any of the Silent Hill games. And if you're going to be commenting on that I've never played any of the Silent Hill games, it's because, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not big on horror games because I'm going to admit I'm a big chicken when it comes to horror games. It doesn't have a manual. The disc is clean. And the artwork is a repro art. It's not the original artwork for the case either. So I'm going to be looking for if I can find the empty case for Silent Hill 4 and the manual, because then I can complete the game and make it an even better deal for me and someone else. I did not pay that price, if you can see that price. I did not pay that, didn't pay nowhere near that. The person I bought it from actually admitted to me, very honest, didn't have a manual. The art is a repro. And the disc plays great. The disc is clean. This is a very clean, well taken care of game. And this will be a game, again, like I said, we'll be going towards a trade for something that I'm looking for, especially for the NES. I'm big on the NES. NES is what I grew up on. That's always my go-to for games to find. So this will be a game for trade. This is the game that if you watched us on Instagram was the big, what did we get? Silent Hill 4, The Room. I'm excited to trade that off, but I would like to get the manual as well as the original artwork for the box, so that way I can make it worth someone's while to really have that complete and put in their library if they like. I'm not, like, again, not big on horror games, nothing against if you like horror games. I'm just a big chicken when it comes to horror games. So that's the retro finds for the December of 2021, guys. I hope you're having a great 2022. Again, thanks for watching our video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for Retro Finds 2 from the year 2021, the month of December. It was just the other day, a couple of days ago. There's a lot of great finds. I'm going to be revealing on our second part episode of Retro Finds another, like I said, a great item I found that blew my mind. Told my wife about it. It was not expected. I found it in the most random place and it was free. Stay tuned. I'll give you a little hints on our Instagram page as well as our Facebook page. Follow us, Retro Fun Else, guys. This has been. Thanks for watching. Leave us a comment. Till next time.